have you on the team. Yeah, grab a seat, it's something cool. It's time to start the show. Let's go. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little NES, a little bit of rap. Thank you for joining me. Now get comfortable and enjoy the stream. Yeah, sometimes I play games, sometimes AMA when I'm not away on tour. I'ma always give you more. It's up to your boy, surprises in store. Concerts galore, fresh hip hop, difficult games. I do die a lot, so if you in the mood for epic speed runs, I have to warn you that this ain't the one. But what you will get is a good old time. Might even freestyle, but your name in the rhyme. If you're liking that, get hype and chats. And if you're liking that, get hype and chat. Just relax and vibe to that. And if you really enjoy it, then subscribe to that. With a free month or a 3-month, just wanna let you know, man, I see ya. Get your headphones on, turn the beat up, cause we about to kick it like FIFA. And my only goal is to rock your soul, whether on the mic or the game control. And we don't stop till the deed is done. We ain't always good, but it's always fun. When the countdown hits 0, you are now in the mix with the teacher rapper hero. Hey, live streams for the win. Better get ready, we about to begin now. Hey, come on. Welcome to the stream. One love to the mods. Glad to have you on the team. Hey, welcome to the squad. Grab a seat, it's something cool. It's time to start the show. Is it time? Let's go. What up, 6th String? What up, randos? It's time. Hey, yo, what's going on, yo? Hope you can hear me okay. I'm back home after a long weekend of fun times in Dallas, hanging out, chilling, performing, maybe even drinking. But life be lifing. But you know what, though? What don't stop, apparently, is the Marvel news cycle. So we had to come back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope pod to step to. It is time once again. Tell your friends that X Pod 97 is back on the block. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm with my man's 50 grand, my partner in crime. I'm talking about Marcos. Where you at? You're on mute. That's where you at. Still can't hear you. Uh-oh. Still can't hear you. I guess we should have practiced and checked this out beforehand. All right, you let me know when you get some sound going there. We have to don't worry, we didn't do the official intro yet.
What about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Pagan Priest says I'm good, so that means I'm always good. Whoa. But
Drizzy with the 69 months. Nice.
Hey, yo.
Wait. I can hear you now.
Our boy, our secret mod, aka friend of the show, Pagan Priest said I was good a while ago, man. You just left.
Okay. Yeah, well, you know. I figured you might need some time.
Nah, I never need time, bro. I'm
always the IT guy and technical difficulties, they just kind of go hand in hand.
This guy over here. Hold on. I'm trying to frame. How's everybody noticing over here? I'm wearing my X-Pod shirt too, Pagan Priest. I don't know if you can see.
I can't see. You want to super zoom in?
I'm not the super zoom in. I am on a normal camera, and I could just make the camera so you could see. X-Pod.
Hey, I see. Repping the brand.
I'm
Shout out to everybody who picked up the X-Pod 97 t-shirt. I'm going to throw some links in the chat for that.
If you guys are into it, shout out to my man Christian who made some really dope designs. So you can get that at alltimecomics.com or the link that I will be throwing in the chat. You need to order another one to get one red, one blue. Yeah. I got a blue. I got a light blue, but I think I do want a red as well. Get you a red, get you a blue, get you.
It's been a while since we got in the saddle again, from home. We've done the live thing a couple times, but I took some inspiration from you in my background.
Mm,
I got things that I love around me, and I got
nice.
the shill of the merch. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's Rand's new T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I see it back there. If you just look very closely, that's the be a buddy, not a bully
Yeah,
shirt.
and
Um,
if you look here behind me somewhere, it's you know the the Black Materia album over there.
nice, nice. That's what's
Just,
up.
just
Got some wrestling. Got
it's
some everything.
autographed. It's autographed by my guy. I had to make sure.
That's pretty dope. All right. So, um, I finally saw Superman,
Oh my
which
God!
is not nearly Marvel or X-Men news,
Hold on,
but
hold on. Can you tell them your initial uh attempt to watch Superman? What happened?
oh yes, yes. Okay, so Marcos always looks out. So I just happened to go into the chat and was like, hey, or I think he asked, hey, does anybody want to come like go see Superman for free? And I'm like, well, sure. And I don't get to go to movies very often, so it's definitely not something that like I can like mess around with. I got to just do it when I'm free. And so I was like, all right, I'll do it. And so he signed me up. I signed myself up, and I'm going the next day, 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. or whatever. Then I get a phone call at 12:30 p.m. from somebody like, hey, can I chat with you real quick? I got 3 questions or whatever. Turns out it wasn't 3 questions, or these are 3 very long questions that were very open ended. And then I missed the movie. I didn't even realize it till we were 35, 40 minutes into the talk. And I was like, and what's funny is when you tell somebody, like, oh, I just missed something or I had to go, most people would be like, oh, all right, man, let me let you go. Nah, not this person. They were like, oh, well, anyway, here's the next question. Like, okay. So I said, because I could have went late. Like, I'm sure there was 30, 35 minutes of previews. So, but nope, not it was not to be. So I didn't get to see it. I wasted a ticket, wasted money. But this time over the weekend in Dallas, I got a chance to see it at an Alamo Draft House. I have a bone to pick with Alamo Draft House.
Uh-oh.
Now, again, this is probably my own fault. You don't sign up to go to a place where you're going to eat and watch a movie unless you're planning on eating and watching a movie.
Hmm.
But I'm just getting popcorn. I think I got a salad or something, but
That was your first mistake, a salad at a movie theater? Jeez Louise,
and
man.
it wasn't bad. But I was like, I don't trust. Everything was just flash fried nonsense. So I was like, all right, let me try to get something healthy. So I get the popcorn and then I offset that with the salad, and they're just standing in front of you half the time, waiting for you to order, waiting for you to pay, waiting for you to write something down, and then come back. There's plates clanging, there's forks clanging, there's I swore I heard like a dishwasher running. Like I was down at the middle of the lower, like between middle and lower section. So we're in a flat area, and there's a door here, and we're in the middle. I swear I hear like what sounds like a dishwasher running the whole show. It's just uh, I can't believe the 17 $18 I spent for this movie, and I'm distracted half the time. Like it's just clink 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 clink. People just eating, people moving stuff, clink 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 clink. People pulling out their phones to get light because there's light underneath. But if you don't know that, you're just pulling out your phone to see. Oh God, this is just not for me. Like I'm too old school. I go to a movie to see a movie,
Yep.
and I don't know. Like movies and food should not mix. Like eat your snacks, but that's not even a place to eat. Like eating is a social activity. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You-
believe some of those places they give you utensils. Like
oh
I
yeah.
been to one, then you hear it clinging and clanging.
Yes, metal forks and metal knives, and somebody cutting steak on the one side of me, somebody crunching into, some mozzarella sticks. I don't know, nachos. I mean, it's just very distracting. And like I said, I think eating is like a social like moment and experience where I hang out with my homies to eat, to break bread, we talk, you know what I'm saying, things like that. It's not a quiet moment to be watching a movie, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, I don't think of a movie even as a good place to like take a date, because like you ain't talking, you're not learning nothing about each other, you just staring at a screen. So it's a weird thing. So that's my old man rant. And the food wasn't that good. I spent about $60 on food and 17 on the movie. So that's a ripoff. So I don't like it. I'm not into it. I probably won't go back to a Alamo Draft House. I should have known what I was getting into. It's fancy, it's hipster, it's cool, but it is not for me. I don't know. What do you think about eating at the theater?
It all depends. I'm a finger food type of guy, but let's be honest, man. If you guys know me, I have a glizzy and some popcorn. That's my thing. However, I rediscovered AMC theaters. They have those soda machines that have a billion flavors,
Yeah.
and since these days I've been like low or no sugar, it is amazing. Like,
Oh, you can what's that called? Mellow Yellow Zero is
yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Yo, I
I
love it. Then you could flavor it up too. Ah, so
yeah.
good.
It's like I've discovered some brands that I didn't even know had a low or no sugar alternative. And it's been amazing. I like it.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty
yeah,
good.
we had a theater like this that is now a warehouse franchise
Mm.
that before it was like an upscale theater. It had a full bar, and people used to go up there during the release dates and whatever movies, and then you have people just ordering drinks all day long. So then the little server will keep coming and walking in front of you like a bar order, and it's like, bro, like this is a 2-hour movie. You've had this guy come here like 3 times. Like, at some point, are you watching the movie or you just want to get drunk? You can do that at home.
Right. And you're spending mad extra money. Like, it's just not necessary. I think because we got to the theater a little late, we were carrying our bags, and I was like, they're probably not gonna let me in with a suitcase. But they did, but they were just like, hey, you gotta leave that behind behind the box office. So I went and took it behind the box office. So by the time we sat down, it's a little late. Like, it was like, put your phones away, feature presentation time. So like, and we're ordering at the same time. So, and if you remember the beginning of Superman, there's a lot of exposition
Yes.
and it's text. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And this dude is right in front of me. This is not narrated. It's not read. There is a wall of text on the screen that is important. You know what I'm saying? And so luckily I kind of knew, like I had some idea about what was happening in the movie, but he walked away, and like the dude next to me like kind of joked and was like, don't worry, that wasn't important. Like, I literally missed an important moment just because this dude was just like, wait, what'd you say? Oh, can you write it down on the napkin? But if I can't understand you, if you write it on the little thing, then I'm just gonna ask you again. So maybe, you can also keep one of the extra papers if you want to write more things down. Yeah, and your pen is right there. Yeah, your ink pen right there. And I'm like, dude.
And he's like, I'm
Please
sorry, I don't want to be in front of you. I don't want to, like, my apologies, it's taking so long. And it's like, all right, guy.
Like we get it. But I spent a lot of money here. Like, maybe I'm about to say it'd probably be even worse. I was like, yo, they should pause the movie when they get
oh my god, the movie never start. Have you ever, like, okay, I'm dating myself here. Have you ever gone to a movie theater and had somebody complain about somebody, and then like a security guard or a police officer comes in with a flashlight?
Yeah.
Like, flash people, and it's like, bro, how are you helping this situation right now? Like,
not helping at all. Like, this is so awkward. I wish you could just pause in those moments. Like, if the police are looking for somebody, then we need to pause it. Like, because I'm not paying attention now.
Or like, I guess I'm old school. Like, I grew up in New York City. I don't know if a lot of you know that. Probably you hear it in my voice. And like, I've been in neighborhoods where there's been shootouts in movies. And every time somebody gets into an argument at a movie theater, like loudly, like when it's always like somebody says something, somebody's like, "Hey man, shh, we're trying to watch the movie," and it's like, "Oh man, let's just let this go," and it never happens. But due to the grace of the universe, I am here. So
Nice. Yeah, man. We've all been through some crazy danger.
yeah.
I think about that all the time. Like, man, I feel like every grown up, if you're about 40, you probably almost died like 3 or 4 times.
And those are just the ways that you know about. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Like just the ones you know about. But there's so many more that you had no idea. Dog, I'm gonna just tell this story, then I'm gonna get into Superman. I was on the bus and I was going to work. I was working at EB Games, electronics boutique back then.
Shout out to EB Games.
And yeah, so I'm on the bus going to the mall, and there's these loud kids in the back. Oh my god, they're just so loud. They're just like blah, 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 blah. People getting on the bus and they're like just talking about them, laughing at them. Look at this dude. Look at his shoes. And so like 5, 6 of them. One dude just finally has enough. He's sitting about in the middle of the bus, and he's like, "Yo, y'all need to shut the hell up." And they all was like, "Yo, who you talking to? Who you talking to? Who you talking to?" He's like, "Yeah, y'all heard me. Shut up." And it got a little quiet back there. And then my man got off the bus. He got off the middle opening. And so he hits the button for the back door. He comes down the steps. He's not looking behind him, just walking. He leaves the bus. And then the bus is still at a red light. The guy in the back goes to the door. What is that noise? Can you mute that?
Sorry.
He goes behind. One of the kids gets up, goes to the back door while he's still at the back, like still a red light. And then the bus, he yells to the bus driver, "Yo, open the door back up! Open the door right quick!" And he pulls out a gun, and he's like, "Yo, open the door right quick!" And the driver doesn't open the door, thank goodness. And he takes off, and this guy just keeps on walking, none the wiser. Doesn't even realize that it really could have been over
like a person just having enough,
over just telling somebody to be quiet on a bus.
I was at a TNA show last night, Slammiversary, shout out TNA, and there was a guy behind me just kept going, "Yeah," and it was like really, really loud, like every 2 minutes.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, I was there with my cousin and his daughter, and I turned to them and I was like, "Is this bothering you?" And my cousin's daughter was like, "No," my goddaughter. She was like, "No, it's fine." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, but in my mind, I was like, because I was like, I don't know what this person is gonna say.
Like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, what if she's like, "Yes, this is bothering me. Get rid of him," and you're like, "Well,
yeah. Like we paid. We're at a pay-per-view. And you're going, "You're like in my ear."
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
That's funny. At the they had all the little announcements like, "Oh, be safe," and all this. And if someone is being disruptive, just press your button, and we'll deal with it. And I'm like,
Put your chest up.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're instantly the snitch. Like, this is like very clear because your chair's lit up. And like, yo, come on, they come back. "Hey, we got to complain about you." "Oh, is it him?"
I'm gonna see you, dog.
You're like, "Yo, I don't know nothing, man. My light just came on. I don't know." Like, it's just not a good look. Like, they'd be like, "Oh, just tell us, just don't worry, just tell us and we'll take care of it." And it's like, now you're the snitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're gonna try a spoiler-free Spider-Man review. You think we could do that? Superman, not Spider-Man. Sorry, my mind's on Marvel, as it should be. This is a Marvel podcast.
Yeah, I mean, above me, there's a Marvel sign, so you can.
Yay, that's right. There's a lot of Marvel that goes on here, and shout out to Marvel Movie Minute. There's already a Marvel show on the network, so I'm sure they're going to be talking about lots of Marvel stuff, and we have some great Marvel news to talk about. But I want to quickly try to do a non-spoiler Superman review. I'll start off by saying I highly recommend it. Everyone go see it. I think it was great. If I had to grade it, I hate coming right off the movie and grading it because it's always kind of higher in the moment. But I gave it a B, man. It's a strong B plus, maybe. I thought it was very good. I feel like we didn't get a lot of emotion, but I feel like that's maybe not James Gunn's thing. So I'm not too mad about not having emotion. But I thought it was really well done. Lots of great pacing. Like, I didn't think I would care about Superman in 2025, and James Gunn did it. He made me care. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, it was dope, man. I gotta say I enjoyed it. I want to talk about certain moments, but I'm trying my best not to. Um, but overall, I feel like there was a really good, like, dude does great as Clark Kent. He does great as Superman. I think Lois was good. Lois takes a lot of pages out of the Margot Kidder classic Superman book. So if you're a fan of the old Supermans, Lois Lane is pretty much straight out of that. You know what I mean? And it's not too much of a spoiler to tell you that this isn't an origin story. Like, it doesn't start with the origin. They just briefly flash it on the screen, and then you fast forward 3 years?
Yep, it was 3 years. That
Yeah,
was part of the exposition dump. But I'm gonna slightly disagree with you.
all right.
I give this movie an A minus. It was
Wow.
good. It was really good. I had my reservations because James Gunn likes to James Gunn up everything that he does, and in certain things it works. Like when he did Slither rather, it was good. When he did Guardians of the Galaxy, that was good. But I'm like, unlike you, I really, really, really like Superman. I really
Yeah.
like him as a character, and I've always, it's like the tagline in the first movie. It's like you will believe a man can fly. Like, I'm always down for that. And I was like, man, like, I saw the writing on the wall. It was like, this might be the last shot. If you don't knock this out the park, we might not see a Superman movie for a while. Kind of like
Yeah.
like we had to wait like 20 years to see another Batman movie that was worth anything. After the bat nipple gate, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like I was relieved. It was really good. David Cornsweet, the actor that played Clark and Superman, was amazing. Lois was again played by the amazing actress that was in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So I came in kind of knowing both actors, and it was pretty good. And I saw it a couple times. So like my actual review is like kind of something that I really like Rachel Brosnahan, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing her name, is good. She's like a fiery Lois, you know what I mean? No knock on Amy Adams, who played the last Lois in the Snyderverse. It was like, this was definitely a movie about both of them instead of it just being Clark and Superman and then here's a little bit of Lois. Like, you know what
I like that he had help. You know what I mean? I think that's a good way to. I think James Gunn's just really good at humanizing characters, and if you can humanize a freaking superhuman, then you're a freaking genius.
And no spoilers here. Mr. Terrific absolutely stole the movie for me, and like he was a cool character, but not like, I'm trying to use my words properly here. He wasn't like a stereotypical black superhero character, and he wasn't corny. He was just like cool, and it was like effortless. Like, he wasn't trying to like be cool. It just happened, which I really like.
Okay, I could say that too. I think that the highlights and the standouts are Mr. Terrific and Crypto, dare I say, because I thought the dog was just amazing. So yeah, they did a really good job, like, just making us care. Like, there's again, without giving out too much, Superman gets he gets beat up a lot. and I think that's really where the strength is in trying to make a character appear human, is to have him take some L's. So Superman actually takes L's. He doesn't do everything right. He's not perfect. And so I think that was just a perfect way to come at him. So they have I think we have successfully fixed it. I think so. Like I'm
Yeah,
all in on this universe. Like I'm all in. We didn't talk about how great the Lex Luthor
yeah.
character was.
Was
Nicholas Holt
amazing.
was fire. I mean, so good. Best Lex since Gene Hackman,
Yep.
dare I say.
Nathan Fillion, amazing guy. Gardner, haircut worked,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in I forgot the John Cena movie. Not this movie, the TV show.
Yeah,
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be really
it
good.
was good. Um, Without saying too much, I wasn't a big fan of the two post-credit scenes. There are two. You should stay, but I do think that when you're going to do two post credits, usually you have kind of one silly and then one with some exposition and some lead in and some build up, and they just kind of went both silly in a way. But that's a small knock at that point. The movie was 2 hours plus, and I couldn't even tell.
I I
I
think
couldn't even tell.
I think they were finally learning that you can't tease a movie without knowing if you're gonna get the movie greenlit, without knowing if you have a
Yeah,
good script. Like, what if they at the end would have shown Dark Side again, and then people would have been like, "Oh man, what are we doing?" like,
yeah, that
like,
would have been a mistake.
like I ask what's it called, Black Adam? Ask them that went nowhere. Jesus Christ!
Oh man, I just saw a replay of that video. I need to find it. It was on Instagram. It's The Rock talking about how the DC universe was going to change. Oh my god, I'm like, this dude. It's
Power.
he's in full promo mode.
He's like the power shift in
The
DC.
power shift. Shout out to Mr. Terrific for also playing Darwin in X-Men First Class.
A lot of
That was
people
last time I saw him.
Yeah, we had Nicholas Holt, of course, played Beast from X-Men First Class. So
Yeah, we've seen some crossover there. James Gunn be James Gunning, and I mean, mans don't do a whole lot of wrong. So I highly recommend it. Go see it, and then we'll talk about it. So that is our non-spoiler review. So why don't we start the show? I did a little new intro for the season. See if you like it, and let's begin the show. X-Men 97 revisits the iconic era of the 1990s as the X-Men, a band of mutants who use their uncanny gifts to protect a world that hates and fears them, are challenged like never before, forced to face a dangerous and unexpected new future. The X-Pod 97 will track those adventures weekly to you, your X-Pod, with your hosts, Mega Ran and Marcos, aka the Sunset Kid 56. Excelsior.
definitely feeling the new intro. You got your movie voice on. Does anybody still remember that guy? And now in a new world.
That guy. I thought you meant the movie phone guy. Rated R. That guy.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves with the movie phone reference. I used to call it. We had a bootleg one where in New York where you called the paper and it's just a guy very dry. Like, yes, at 5:00 today in Brooklyn Cineplex, blah blah blah. They're playing this movie at 4 p.m. and it's like, okay, you can tell it was an intern that just hated it. But
wow, that's crazy. So let's get down to business. All right, there is a giant article that just popped off in the Hollywood Reporter. There was a roundtable interview. Kevin Feige, am I pronouncing his name right? Is it Feige? Feige?
Yeah, I think Feige.
All right. So Kevin Feige is talking. He's saying a lot of things. There has been a lot of I won't say retconning, but a lot of regrets about maybe where the MCU was going at certain points. And now they're attempting to fix some of these things. I'm going to start with probably one of the biggest ones is that without saying the man's name, they managed to mention that Kang was not a big enough character. He was not a big enough bad And so maybe saying, basically implying that maybe his drama didn't have anything to do with what wound up happening, but it just wasn't we didn't build a big enough bad. And therefore they started planning a Doctor Doom pivot. And they say that they actually were planning that before Jonathan Majors decided to start, doing whatever he did or didn't do. Question, Marcos, to you is this Cap?
Oh, this is Cap. I'm looking for a Cap to
Big Cap.
take it off and give it. It's like, yeah, that's a Cap. As a matter of fact, if you look over here on my side here, there's two caps. There's the Megaran cap and the Nerds clothing cap.
I see a cap over there. I was about to go grab one. Hold on, I'm gonna get a cap myself because this is definitely
at this point.
All right. Couldn't find an X-Men cap, but I'm gonna put on a Nintendo cap because yes, this is Cap. To be like, oh man, we were already planning the move. We understood. We were moving in another direction anyway. Like, who you fooling, dog?
Yeah, it's like wrestling fans. When certain companies, when everything just falls together in place, and they're like, yeah, that was the plan the entire time, baby. We
yeah, like your boy DJ will say, you enjoying the ride? Well, hang on, because and it's like part of that is like the chaos of live, wrestling and things like that, where it's like, yes, the fans can change the direction of what goes on and stuff like that. Changes can happen. But when you're planning Marvel movies to like 2032, I don't think these pivots are happening like that. Like, nah, you guys start showing the big old lists of all the different directions and all the different movies. And so to then claim, we were already moving back to Robert Downey, like before Ant-Man. And I'm like, yeah, right, bro.
Like, yeah, we were talking about this audacious idea before Ant-Man 3 when like every credible news outlet said that as soon as unfortunately when Kang the Conqueror's the actor was caught in some real serious legal issues, they were going to switch over. They were scrambling. Like Jonathan Majors put him in a mess up situation, regardless of what you believe or not. That not all press is good press. He was getting all the negative press. Yeah. Like even now, like I think he's still a year away from getting a big studio movie because people are kind of like, we can't send you on a promo tour because somebody is gonna hit you with some gotcha journalism and be like, "Oh, so how do you feel when you do stuff like this?" And he's gonna be like, "What? I'm just here for this movie. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you know what I mean?"
Yeah, exactly. You can come with a list of questions or things that you won't answer all you want, but in the heat of the moment, something comes up, and next thing you know, we done took a left turn and we're going viral for the wrong reason.
Yep. And that, as a person, when you have investors and everything, that's something that you got to consider. And it's like, I understand people like, oh man, they should have backed them. But it's like, we got to think about that. Hollywood is about money. And if you're going to cost them money, they don't care who you are. Just ask all the hundreds of actors or thousands at this point that were so hot that they could do anything that they want. And now they're like, people are not even calling them back. You know what I mean? Not everybody gets and Robert Downey Jr. is like, he's in a unicorn. He had
he's the exception. We can't keep looking at him being like, well, look at Robert Downey and what, he's definitely the exception and not the rule.
He's Hollywood royalty. Like his dad was respected. And and he can act. I'm sorry, not a lot of people that want comebacks can act. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, that's true. So there's actually an argument that we were kind of making in our chat where they were arguing about how they didn't think Kang was a strong enough character. And to me, if you don't, and this again back to wrestling talk, if you can't say the character isn't booked strong, if you're the booker.
Mhm.
So I feel like maybe they made some mistakes in, in the development of Kang, but I firmly believe Kang was next up as a big bad.
Mhm.
Now there were some mistakes. I feel like if you really wanted to build him up, I still stand by like Ant-Man. He should have been a little more devious. He probably should have killed Ant-Man, and then you could figure something out later, if you want to bring him back. But I just feel like that, like having, Ant-Man just like landing punches on you is just like, to me, crazy when this guy is just some dude.
Well,
But
well, to their credit, they did say that there was multiple versions of him, but they
yeah,
should have been very clear, and they never were, and they still aren't, that this was a depowered version or a version of him that is not the strongest.
right.
Like, there could be Kang Beta, like, and him at the end and telling him, like, oh, not just them showing that trailer, that teaser, them actually telling us, like even Kang, the character himself, like, hey, you might think I'm a problem,
Mm.
but I am the runt of the litter compared to all the other Kangs. Like,
Mm.
stern warning.
That's actually interesting. What do you think when Doomsday, with this movie that's going to be very long, there's going to be a lot going on in it, and there's already enough characters. Do you think they address Kang at all in this? Or does it start off with a wall of text saying Kang got beat up by, or he flew home to his home planet? Or
Uh,
what do you see happening there?
I don't know. What I would like for it to happen as a fan is for them to, even if it's recasted or something, for them to give us an explanation. What all likelihood we're gonna get is an exposition wall or an exposition conversation, or like
Yo, it's a shame that dude fell off the edge of the galaxy
or
into a
like
dimensional rift. Oh man.
or
Anyway.
like or like they're gonna show, like, Robert Downey Jr. like taking off his mask or something and be like, sir, the councils of Kang have been dealt with. He's like, finally, there were a thorn in my side. Now we move on to the people that we are paying to be in this movie. Like, like
Yeah, I could see that. Or they could just do a whole bunch of, fun CGI and just have Doom destroy every variant of Kang. You know what I'm saying? At some point. But
but as
who
long as
knows?
they don't have well, it's gonna be good because you can't have somebody like James Gunn direct that, but we know it's the Russo brothers. If it was the James Gunn, he'll set it to some music and be like, pew, 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 like Kang just flying
You're
everywhere.
just flying and dying.
Yeah, but
Oh man.
I would like Jonathan Majors to come back and at least get a pivotal role. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be like in the beginning of the first what's it called? The Last Avengers, a two-parter, when they opened up and they were like, we got a Hulk, and then Thanos came through and just neutralized everybody. It's like, oh, okay, you could start off with showing how strong Doctor Doom is by him having a small fight scene, but then again, that might cost him millions of dollars to make and get the graphics for it and all that stuff. But hey, I think it'll
Yeah.
be worth it.
Huh. Yeah, I think so. I'll be there no matter what. I will be there.
Mhm.
So there was also some talk about them. I think Kevin was talking about Marvel or Disney just kind of putting a lot of pressure on them to create, and how that was leading to maybe some projects falling by the wayside,
Yep.
or just constantly being maybe reshot, redone. And Blade is one of them. Now, I don't think Blade is gonna happen. So I don't know. I don't feel very good about it at all. But I could be wrong. But this man said, and I quote, uh, yeah, this is why this movie is delayed. We didn't just want to put a leather coat on Mahershala Ali and have him just start killing vampires. To that I say, why not? Bro, that's literally all we want.
Man, I think the person that you must feel bad for at this point is Mahershala. Like my man, unless Mahershala Ali is actually Blade, he's gonna have to stay in shape. He's gonna have to keep looking younger, because like it might be another 4 years before this man gets on screen. And like he was casted, wasn't he like 50 or like 48? 10 years, he might, we might get
Wow.
a almost 60-year-old Blade. At this point, just give Wesley Snipes about 20, 30, 40 million. Let him get Ryan Reynolds to help him produce it, and just give us something to tie us over, and then recast Blade. I apologize. I love Mahershala, but life is lifing.
He
And
has to stay involved somewhere. He doesn't maybe be the main character, but I
what, you
think you
make him
gotta.
Whistler?
I think so. I think you make Wesley Whistler at some point, but that's what I initially thought.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. Or his story is just one of the stories. You know what I mean? Like you start talking about several blades, and like you just create I mean, it's such a cop out, but a multiverse Blade where you're like, oh yeah, this is Blade on this world, and we got another Blade, and that would be a little disappointing. But they announced this in 2019, and here we are, more than halfway through 2025, and we don't have anything. So I'm very, I would say not so optimistic about this. So Kevin actually had the joke, and I don't know how much of this is true. We talked about it before about Sinners, but Kevin joked when everybody was hanging out, like, "Oh, the problem with Blade was Ryan Coogler called us up and he said we wanted some costumes," and I was like, "Okay." And so we gave him all of our Blade costumes from the 1930s, and we used them for Sinners. Like, so I
You
don't think that's all the way true. I mean, maybe it's half true. Like, yeah, it happened, but that's not what held up. That's not what holding up this movie.
Yeah, and they already said, like, I think in the interview he detailed, what he was quoted and saying is, it was down to 3 to 4 script versions, and they just didn't feel confident. And that's crazy when when you greenlight a project, have a cast, and you still trying to whittle down 4 scripts, and
Mm,
2 of them were in different time periods. That
mhm.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
And like, even if they somehow produce this movie and it ends up being gangbusters, like now you have life things to consider. Does Mahershala Ali want to do another Blade movie? And then we're back to square one.
Hmm.
And Peyton Priest, you're wrong for that. Wesley is good. Wesley is a man with no obligations to the IRS other than his current earnings. I believe free and clear he paid society, but that is a funny comment.
It says that if you gave the money to Wesley Snipes, then the government would take it. Let's hope he's all caught up on his deals and with the government. Um, Man, Wesley still looks good. Like, it's just, but you can't just. To me, I I don't understand why this just seems like the simplest movie. Like, all we want is some cool slashing of vampires. Like, that's it.
I think, man, I think where Marvel was at when Blade came out, it's different than when they're at now.
Yeah.
Now they can't just make this movie, because then it'll be a situation where everybody expects Blade to pop up somewhere else, especially since them themselves teased it before, with the Black Knight and the sword and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those situations that is like, oh man, like, you know what I mean? If they would have like a Marvel like imprint where they put these one-off movies, or the gritty ones, like kind of like
Yeah.
Marvel is doing with Batman, then yeah,
Hmm.
you can churn them out. You don't even have to have the Feige involved. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just be like, hey, this is gonna be a one-off. Can you look at this script? Is this gonna interfere anything you might do later on? It doesn't. Don't worry about it. Like,
That to me, that's what sounds like, is a bit of the holdup. It's like them thinking about how they can shoehorn this instead of just being like, why don't we just do a one-off? You know, and to me, you could just go one off, and then if you want to tie it in the post credit, figure that out later. You know
or
what I mean?
or do it years later. Like, you know what I mean? Like they did with other properties. Like they did it with Daredevil. They did it with the Punisher. It's like they were like, no, 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 they're not part of the main MCU. And then now it's like, okay, they are. Like you have a bunch of years. Like
Yeah,
after the second Avengers, that's when presumably we're all gonna be gone from the multiverse.
yeah,
Like and then projects after that, like you could literally have a cushion of like 5 6 years in which you could deal with that problem. And it's
mhm.
just and it's like you said, you're the booker. You can simply write it.
Yeah. Just write it if you want to book them strong. Book them strong.
Do it like Spider-Man 96 or 97, where Blade just showed up looking like he was Latino. That's the
Right.
light blazed up. Like,
What if Blade is not slashing vampires over bad techno music? Now that is a serious question, and I'll be disappointed. That's all I want. I need techno in the club and slashing and
but
guns.
let
That's
me
it.
ask you this: do we want Wesley Snipes Blade, or we as fans are ready for Mahershala's version?
Well,
Because
we want a little, give him a little bit of back to back action, but ultimately we want to build a world. Like the world was excited with Mahershala being involved. Like people love that dude. And
like,
he was asked at the Jurassic World premiere, which I knew was going to happen.
yeah,
They asked him about Blade, and he said, "Call Marvel." So it's just he's like, "Look, I'm ready when they are," and that's it. Like, I mean, that's really what he's supposed to say. But at the end of the day, he could have said, "Oh man, we got some great stuff, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to give it to you." No, he said, "Talk to them."
yeah,
Because
which makes you think that he's like, it's not me, dog. Don't put it on me. Like, you know what
yeah,
I mean? And
yeah, like because the first thing I thought, we started thinking like, yo, if he's doing another major franchise like Jurassic World, maybe they just don't have plans for him. Maybe he's taking other jobs, or maybe he had other obligations, and he's like,
but
no, 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 it ain't me.
so for those who spoiler alert, Jurassic World, it was an offshoot. It wasn't a continuation of the current main storyline. It was
No,
a
I didn't see it.
self-contained story that if they want to pick up and continue, they can, but otherwise they don't. It was just set in the world. It's kind of like it just happened in the same timeline, and it had small connections to the rest of the Jurassic Park world, but it was completely new characters and everything. So he's not tied up. I thought when they announced him, he was taking over Chris Pratt and all that stuff. I'm like, oh man. But like at this point, his statement, it sounds like he's frustrated, right? Or am I reading in too much into that?
I think that's correct. Like you said, if you really want to give the corporate answer, you say, "Oh, I can't wait to give it to you," and that's it. But the fact that he puts it back on Marvel lets me know that maybe he's a little frustrated. And to Drizen's point, yes, after uh him getting announced for this in 2019, he really hasn't done a whole lot of big movies. So I think they kind of cooled him off in that process by maybe holding him up. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because once you sign up for a Marvel flick, like I'm pretty sure they try to hold you from doing other stuff. And so that definitely cooled his star off. Like this is an Oscar award winning, cat. And like they've definitely kept him out of the limelight until Jurassic World.
That's very true. And I don't know, man. Like it's a weird situation. Like there's somewhere this footage of him, possibly rumor has it, of him actually interacting in that Marvel movie. I even forgot what the Marvel movie is because that entire franchise got bounced.
Wait, what are you talking about?
uh Mahershala Ali, when they use his voice.
Oh, the What If.
No, it wasn't even
Wait,
what it,
they didn't use his voice for What If?
no, it was, oh my god, it was what was the movie that it was it Inhumans? Yes. Was it the Inhumans?
Oh, Inhumans. Okay, I didn't see that one.
No, not Inhumans. It was the one about that they were setting up the whole um Thanos timeline and everything. Um
Mm, I don't know. Well, you find that, but I agree with Drizzen that he's probably pretty angry that he's had to pass on movies. Now, I wonder if when they put you in that holding pattern, if they're paying you, and even if they are, your star is just fading, by the day. The longer you're not out in the limelight, especially when they don't have script the first, like, and I feel like he came back to them and was like, "Look, man, Jurassic World is calling. What's up?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "We ain't got nothing, dog."
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, it was the Eternals. Remember that he had the after credit scene. There was a rumor that he actually had an in-person scene, but then they pulled it back because they weren't sure as to what
Okay.
version of Blade they were gonna give us. So
See, this is true. Like this post-credit stuff actually is messing them up a lot. So like you actually made a good point about Superman and them not going storyline for the two, post credits. And I think that's wise. Now that we look at all these times where they've been like, whoops, we gave you something that we can't follow up on. Like, whoops, I know you were excited about this, but we ain't got nothing, And so they asked Feige, lastly, do you regret the big presentation, the big announcement of all this back in 2019? And he's like, well, only in hindsight. He said because the way we announced everything before, he felt like they hadn't delivered. But there was COVID, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, who would have thought Jonathan Majors would get in trouble? Like there was so many other things that was happening, the strike, that really threw this whole thing into a tailspin. But I don't know. If you ask certain people whose name rhymes with Bo DeMayo, this isn't a proper excuse because
Bo mayonnaise.
yeah, because Bo is letting them know, like, nah, like y'all have been dropping balls constantly, and this isn't something new. So I hate that we have to constantly kind of refer to some Bo stuff, but I do want to hear his response, or at least his response to Blade. Feige said, "Look, man, Blade, we want to make it good," and Bo's response was, "You cannot make a good script great through production without abusing the hell out of your crew at Marvel Studios. This is why folks in your VFX department were having heart attacks." And I'm like, "Oh,
I'm
oh,
surprised. You know what?
yeah,
I'm gonna give him credit because I thought his reply was gonna be like, "Well, I gave you a script, you just didn't like it." Because remember, he penned one of the scripts that didn't make it to the final four.
okay." So yeah, at least he didn't try to like insert himself into it. Uh, he said, he been kind of on one yesterday. After the Jonathan Majors news broke, at Marvel Studios told me that Majors would likely be off the table for my plans with Kang and X-Men 97 Season 2, as they awaited the verdict, which would determine if he would be recast. I then casted John Delancey as Kang. Don't know him, but I see his picture. As I felt Q from Star Trek. Um, would be a great template for him in animated form. Also, and this is obvious, Kang has massive connections to the Fantastic Four. It actually makes far more sense, both logically and emotionally, for Kang to come back to kidnap Richard Franklin's ancestor than Franklin Richards than it does Doom. He was absolutely the end game, saying this was Super Cap. Kang was 100% the big bad, which we agree with.
Yeah, but hopefully they pivot. Like I understand, like people are very focused on the IP, but it's like Marvel, Studios owns the IP, so at this point they could do whatever they want. So you know what I mean? If they say, "Hey, this is it," and they say, "Oh, that's not in the comic," guess what? They could go back and have somebody make a short run of the comic to make it true.
Right. Yo, that's crazy. Like, I don't even know if I believe this, but I guess I can believe it. Bo says Kang was popping up in season 2 of X-Men 97 and that Jonathan Majors was going to voice him. What? Do you believe that?
I don't know. Jonathan Majors as an actor, he's very diverse. Like he'll do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like,
Like they typically don't use the same actor for the animated version of that
but then
person.
you got to understand, Jonathan Majors is a different type of cat. Like, you know what I mean? Like he did the HBO show that put him in the forefront, and it wasn't a bidding war. They had to convince him to go to Marvel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was like it seems very Jonathan Major asked to do something like this. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, all right. Like, think about the two biggest movies in his career
Mm.
was The Harder They Fall, and up until this point was The Harder They
Creed.
Fall and Creed 3. Like people are like, oh, Ant-Man and Quantum, but that wasn't his movie. That was a vehicle for Ant-Man, and he just
Right.
happened to be shoehorned in.
So you
Like,
say he wasn't really saying no to gigs at this time.
um,
So he probably would have took that.
he would have taken that, and he's one of those guys that it's like he does what he wants. And he probably would have been like, yo, I'm gonna do it for the culture. At the time, like Bo DeMille was probably in his ear, like, yo, son, if we do this, we could probably make it so that they have to incorporate this into the live action or something. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe. And then lastly, Bo mentions next thing you know, when we hear Kevin talk, he's going to say that him and Marvel Studios were having backdoor conversations with Chris Evans to return us to T'Challa in Black Panther 3. Oh gosh. And at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. But you know what I mean? Or that it was going to be Robert Downey Jr. Maybe. No, let's make him beat T'Challa. Like, okay. So
Do you think it's time to recast T'Challa? Because I don't.
that's a good question. I was actually about to ask you that. It's time. Yes, it is time.
Because
No, because you properly eulogized him in 2, and clearly it was kind of clunky because of that. I think it's time to kind of get it back on track, and I think to do that, you recast.
yeah, they can't wait on that child
No,
son to grow up, or it's gonna be weird. Like, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm gonna date myself here, but it's not gonna be a Jacob situation in Twilight. You know what I mean? Like that kid.
explain for people who don't watch Twilight, please.
All right, so the kid that played Jacob, which
Mm.
is Taylor Lautner, like this kid who's still a very much a little child is not gonna in 4 years grow a foot and put on 40 pounds of muscle so he doesn't get recast. Like, he's a child. You need to
Right.
Who's the British actor from Snowfall that they wanted for?
Yeah, Damson Idris.
Yeah, they need to just give it to him. And then they can easily be like, hey, he's from another universe. Now that all the multiverses have merged, they can easily write it where Shuri's like, that's not my brother. And then through a series of movies or TV shows or whatever, they mend that relationship. And then it's like, all right, the mom is dead. So the only person that has to like really deal with it on screen is Shuri. Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, that callous on my part.
No. I mean, ultimately, like, come on. Like, we didn't stop making Joker after Heath Ledger. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? We didn't say, oh, we just can't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I do think for that reason, these are characters, and they're beyond actors at this point. So yes, I do think you got to do it. I don't think you wait to the junior. I don't think you can fast forward 10 years in storyline.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
unless
saying?
there's a time jump that they're randomly introducing at the end of Fantastic Four, and then it's gonna be weird because, like, I don't know if you noticed, but every time they talk in movies, they never tell you the date
Right.
ever. They never show in a newspaper, nothing, because technically if you were to believe it, Marvel right now is in 2028, like the
Mhm.
movies. So it's like, wait a
Right.
minute.
I think it's more or less it's up to the I don't know. Do you think it's up to the director? Like, is it up to uh Coogler, or like if Marvel just comes
I,
in and says, "Look, man, we need
I
another one."
think for his second movie it was up to Coogler, but I think at this point even Coogler might be open to it. Hell,
Yeah,
I would even be, and I know this is very heavy handed. I would even do Michael B. Jordan as
that's
his
T'Challa.
his character
I
not
mean, that's his guy, you
not
know.
not being Killmonger in another universe and him being T'Challa, and then him raising you know
Yeah.
T'Challa's kid.
I wouldn't even be mad at that. I do think there's a lot of things they can do, for sure. I think you can age up, you can do all kinds of things. Um, yeah, I feel like because the movie ultimately suffered for that, and I think if we're trying to make better movies, then just got to rip the band-aid off. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I think you got to do it. If it's going to be Damson Idris, I think he's a good actor. Uh, I feel like
But
he could pull
they're
it off.
talking about that he could be his son. But
Oh, he would be the son.
then
Eh,
it's like it doesn't make sense to me because unless again these are movie characters, so people don't think that I'm out here calling for kids to be murked. Like have T'Challa's son like get kidnapped or be a casualty of Doctor Doom, and then have an adult version from whatever the second one is gonna be. Have him be part of the superheroes that emerge to defeat Doctor Doom, and then him
mhm.
being his new home being 616 universe, and
Yeah,
then it kind of like be his own thing, and they can still be a boy king because he's gonna not have his family, and then the family that he quote unquote recognizes is gonna look at him like he's crazy because they're like, you're not the person that we know.
yeah,
And then he kind of like will give us a lot of conflict in the point that he can grow up and it'll still be like him learning how to be king, you know?
yeah. And I mean, they could just be like, we'll deal with that later, maybe next movie, and we could just have Shuri as the Black Panther, and Baku is the king, and then you go a teenage little T'Challa, and throughout that movie he learns the ropes, and then the next movie it could be Damson or somebody else. You know what I mean? They could kind of do that.
Yeah. I think it's gonna excuse me. Wow.
Man, get yourself some water, my friend.
I've been drinking water. It's just I've been, in the air conditioning. I was traveling today on a bus and the air conditioning be like on you.
Mm.
And
And yelling at wrestling shows, I'm sure it
yes,
didn't help.
yes, I lost my voice yesterday. They're like, going, you're no, that was not me. But like the kid that's playing T'Challa Jr. is very young. Like the kid is only like 8 years old. So
Yeah, so
they're gonna have to be like in real life, the actor is 8 years old. Like
well, it doesn't have to. We don't ever have to see that actor again. Like how sitcoms do. Like little Richie from Family Matters
yep,
was grown. Little Nikki from uh from Fresh Prince. Like these kids just grow up. Like that's it. You just
but
give them 5 years every movie. Like just that's easy.
he can't be like 14 and then all of a sudden everybody still looks the same. And then they'll be like, oh man, when your dad died last year, it's gonna be like, wait a minute, what? Like
Yeah, like there was. I know it's only been a year, but
I
I'm just
definitely
sad.
am 37 years old right
I'm
now.
still feeling it from Dad's death 2 months ago. And you're like, dang, you're grown. Nah, I feel like shoot, they recast Thunderbolt Ross. Let's never forget. Rest in
Because
peace,
he died. I was
John
about to
Hurt. Rest in, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, people get recast every day, B. People get recast every day, B. So I know, I know it was special, and I know it's very special to Coogler, but like, you just got to move forward, man. I
or
feel
else
like you
you're
got
gonna
to move
you're gonna
forward.
end up with a weird situation like Fast and the Furious, where they confirmed that Brian is coming back under heavy CGI, which is insane to me. That's more distasteful.
That's wild. Are they saying that for real?
Yeah, he there's a video going out there with Vin Diesel that doesn't look like AI, where he's at like a concert in Dominican Republic, and he popped up on stage, and he's like, "Hey everybody, Brian is back for the final Fast and the Furious."
It's like
You heard it here first.
He's dead. Like, I mean, you're gonna get his brother to, be a body double again.
Yeah, but that CGI does not look good. Like, like
I'd let that man
but
rest.
then again,
That's too much.
been like what has it been 6 years or something like that? Maybe CGI has gotten better. I don't know.
Maybe, you know what I mean? They could pull off some cool deep fake stuff these days, but I don't really want to see it. Like, I feel like that's a weird thing. But I actually never watched any of these Fast and Furious movies. I've only had them explained to me at different times. So apparently they never wrote him off, right? Like he just couldn't make the last couple movies, right?
Yeah, which is crazy because it's like
He's just busy.
a very infinite danger is happening. Is like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. It's like, what's Brian? It's like, oh man, he was, no, we couldn't find a babysitter.
Yo,
So we all might die. We all might die because the only person that was trained to be an officer or a soldier is not available right now.
Oh God.
But
he'll be back though. He'll be back. All right. So he got to return from getting his cigarettes and milk from the store. So
and apparently his kid too. Like his wife, Vin Diesel's character's sister in the movie, came back and she was like, "Oh, Brian sent me," and it's like, "What? Why are you sending your wife?" It's like, "Hey, I'm the better caregiver to our child, so you go help your brother."
He's busy. That's all. Oh man, he's like, I'm gonna do what I do, just watch these babies. You go help. All right. So they've kept them alive in the story, so he can make a return. Anyway, it's funny. I talked to Front a lot of all people about this. He like kind of gave me he recapped every story to me. I've never watched the Fast and Furious.
Fast and the Furious 1 was good, 2 was okay, 3 it was like all right, and then from then on it's just like all rules are out the window. It's probably one of the best like guilty pleasures for me out there. I know Drizzen is trying to tell us that he was only a rookie cop. He was a rookie cop that became an FBI agent for a couple of years. So there's nobody. There you
man. Oh gosh. Well, maybe I'll catch up. I mean, now that they've gone to space, I don't know where they can go from here. But question is,
back in time.
What I've noticed from these things, these guys have gone from like DVD thieves to like almost meta humans by in these 10
100%,
movies.
100%.
So is there going to be a moment where they address like a super serum that they've taken or something, and now
I hope, or they're just like, hey, it's all good. Like the way Dom understands his car, and as a son of a mechanic, I don't understand the physics behind that. Like this man will be like, yo, we're gonna drop 400 feet straight down. Put on your seatbelt, son. And then the way his forearm and his arm always help, I don't know, man. He might have a Wakandan arm, a la Bucky, bro.
I think Gross might be onto something. I think we get a Fast and Furious Transformers crossover at some point. I'm okay with it. I was thinking maybe G.I. Joe, but no,
Transformers. They are doing a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, which hopefully is still on the table. I really like that. I want it to happen.
Yes. The last Transformers was great. I really enjoyed that.
Like, I am a fool for content. Like, just keep coming out. I don't care if companies make money. I will support it. You take my $20-something. I make it for Marcos, please.
Hashtag make it for Marcos. I think that's that is the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Of course, I think we're gonna wrap it up unless you got any other news bits that you're
Um,
burning to talk about?
what are your expectations for Fantastic Four? Is Rand gonna go see Fantastic
Um,
Four? Or very important question is a two-parter. Are we at Pedro Pascal fatigue? I have my own answer. I'm gonna let you go first.
well, that is a good question. I was about to say, of course, I'll go see anything that Pedro Pascal is in. So there is no fatigue on my side. Pedro, man's been killing it in a show. We're coming in by the case load. Too hot now, can't lay low. That's Pedro. Yeah, that's my guy. So, but that is a legit question. Like, is it too much? Like, this dude has literally been everywhere. But I think this movie looks great. I love the retro vibes of it, where they're going with it. I'm really into it. So, and I was into Fantastic Four as a kid. So this is kind of cool to see. Like, this is where I thought the Marvel universe would get to in the MCU, but I didn't know I'd be around to see it. So I'm actually really excited about this. And but that's a legit question though. I feel like there might be people with some Pedro fatigue, but you know what? Kevin Feige said he's been watching Superman very closely. Maybe him and James Gunn are friends or whatever, but he made a lot of references to Superman and how good it was. And he's like, well, clearly superhero fatigue is not a thing because Superman is killing it. So we just got to tell cool new stories, and that's all. So I like the fact that he's like, yeah, we made some mistakes. We want to build, we want to make it better, but we can't use the excuse that, oh, people are just tired of superhero stories. No, they're not.
Don't let Scorsese hear you. He hates superhero
Oh,
movies.
he hates the superhero movies. I'm sure most of these like regular directors hate it. Like, yo, what if they brought Spike Lee in to like do Blade or something?
Black
Then he
Panther.
would do it.
I don't. He might. Anybody, Spike Lee, he'd be like, as long as he could watch the Knicks until he dies.
Like, as long as it's not during basketball season, I'm in.
So to answer my own question, I'm very excited for Fantastic Four. You can't have too much Pedro. He is the gift that this entire world needs. This guy is the Hispanic Tom Hanks in his prime.
Wow.
I haven't heard a bad thing about this person, and it's
That's
like
some praise. So you mentioned Tom Hanks, which is arguably one of the goats of our time. Could Pedro do Castaway? Could he do a one-man role flick?
of course
Can he do it?
He can, bro. He pulled out probably one of the better performances of Nicolas Cage's life. Like,
But tell me, I mean, you'd have to think about it. I'm sure we can't pull it out your behind right now. But tell me a scene where Pedro has been solo and killed it, where you were like, yo, he could do this. Like a solo Pedro scene where he just made you feel it.
Go back and watch Narcos.
Okay.
Question.
Okay.
And go back and watch the first couple episodes of Last of Us.
Okay.
He's
all right.
He's good at what he does.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Do you think we've seen the last of him in The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Is it the last of Pedro?
He's only gonna be in what I believe probably just throwbacks. Not throwbacks. It's gonna be like callback scenes, like scenes in the background. And like, you got to think about all the stuff that Pedro has done. Bro, he was in the Great Wall. He was in that stinking pile of garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. And still made sure that, like, this is where actors are legends. Yeah, when they can make hot garbage watchable. And that's Pedro. So I mean, but is this his first superhero foray? I feel like it is. Okay.
No. Do you count the Mandalorian though?
I barely count the Mandalorian,
And he was
but
in Wonder Woman 84 as well.
okay, all right. I barely count Mandalorian because he's always in the helmet, but I guess we should. And Mandalorian is going to come to the big screen at some point. Hopefully soon, because I need that. All right, okay. I am looking forward to this movie. I think it's going to be good. If you mess around and find any screeners or free tickets around,
Oh,
I won't drop this ball.
I definitely have something in the works. Go to the friend group chat. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Pays to have friends in high places, cool friends. And guess what? You got cool friends too. You got me, you got Marcos coming to you every once in a while with new news on whatever's happening in the comic book world. While we wait for X-Men 97 season 2, don't worry, there's always something to talk about. Last question I want to ask you and the chat. Over under on Spider-Verse 2. We've just been given a new date, which is like 3 weeks after the old date. They went from like June 4th to June 27th. Is this movie coming? They said it's 2027 now, I believe.
Yeah.
Is this movie happening?
I think so. 100% it's happening. And I think they moved to that so they could get advantage of all the kids that are out of school in addition to the older adults. Because I don't know about you, but on the East Coast, kids don't get out of school until late June.
Right.
So then you get the closest week to avoiding 4th of July. So you get a lot of returns there. And I'm trying to see if there's even July movie releases around that time. I think
that's 2 years from now, Marco. It's nothing's on the calendar.
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? Have you
Nothing is on the calendar.
So you saw Superman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Superman had, at least for me, had a trailer for the movie Odyssey, a movie whose trailer got leaked. And subsequently, the movie is still in post-production. They already sold out day one tickets a year in advance, dog.
Wow.
Don't talk to me. Look, and I can tell you right now, look, July 2027 movies, right now, we're looking at one untitled Marvel movie, the latest sequel for Ghostbusters, and a movie called Bad Fairies, which apparently is going to be a live action movie. The return of, like, I believe, Adam Sandler to the movies. So, bro, so come on now.
All right. Well, we got a couple things on the calendar for 2027. It makes sense moving the date for kids and things like that. It's a better date internationally, they say as well. And if something else will probably hit at that Memorial Day weekend, something else will come out. We'll get some other franchise, I'm sure, at that time. All right. So I guess it will happen. I mean, 4 years later, but it's all right.
But you know what?
Mind waiting for something
the
good.
Last one was so good. I really enjoyed it. I got into the soundtrack. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was legit. Like, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. And, if the second one was a dud, then I would have been like, who cares? But now I'm in. I'm sorry. I'm in. 2 years from now, I'm going to be a full 45 and be in there like this. Take my money. Take my money.
So if they dropped pre-sale tickets now, would you cop?
100%. 100%. I will buy it day one.
2 years from now.
I don't care. I don't care. That means that they took my money and they got to make it for me.
They have to deliver, right?
They have to make it for me.
Make it for Marcos.
Make it for Marcos.
I mean, yeah, they can't make it for you and you not buy it. So I understand. You have to buy it. Yeah. You got to get the ticket. I would too. I think we got a date and if they drop the tickets, I'm copping. Like whatever we need. Big question though. Do you think our man Shameik Moore, does he make the cut? Like, I know he was in this weird stuff.
He's voicing it. I don't care about that man's personal life. Okay. Like, if this completes a trilogy, and they go out with an opus, he could be bagging groceries somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
he was legit and dope. And I don't know what happened to this man. I thought he had a rocket. He had a rocket attached to him.
He definitely had a rocket.
And then
I
he
thought he
became
was a
weird,
star.
weird person.
Turns out he was a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know?
Like legit weirdo. Like one of those like, nah, man, it's just a situation. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm completely wrong. I don't know what's up with Buddy
Yeah.
over
Man's
here.
is weird. So yeah, hopefully Shamik Moore is doing what he needs to do to get himself together. Because I would like for him to make it. It would be weird if by the third movie there's a different Miles. But you know, what if he grows? I mean, he's already a grown man, but I was about to say, what if his voice changes or something? You know what I mean?
Like it's gonna be weird. Like to quote Family Guy, like when Jim Henson passed away in the Muppet Babies, this is like waka waka waka. Like all the voices change.
Waka waka. Yo, Miles show up. Sorry, I'm late. You're like, Miles?
What?
Yeah.
Like you know
Just
how
missed the bus. Like what? Because I'm a kid. I catch the bus.
I can't catch the bus. Hey, pass me a black and mild. Oh wait, I'm recording. Like, wait, what?
Like, what? Also, I want to shout out, speaking of Spider-Verse, the animation team, they working. They doing other stuff. K-pop Demon Hunters is on Netflix right now.
I need to check that out.
And it's fire, bro.
Okay.
Like it's so good. So please check it out. I've been telling everybody that will listen. The animation, like I said, just like Spider-Verse, that jumpy kind of style, set in like a futuristic kind of K-pop world. The music is really good. It's so good. So check it out. K-pop Demon Hunters. I might be writing a song about it even because it's definitely inspiring me. He said I need this scary version of the spot. Shout out to Gross. Oh man. But yes, that is it for this episode of XPod 97. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Thank our partners at Geekscape for holding us down. I got some upcoming events. Not this week. This week is San Diego Comic-Con. I won't be there, but the Geekscape guys will be. There's be a Geekscape table. I'm sure they're hanging out. We'll be doing some giveaways. In fact, if it's not too late, I might just like mail them a bunch of my stickers and stuff to hand out. I think I want to do that. Do we got XPod stickers?
Well, the last
funny story about that.
Yeah,
I don't think we do.
Alive, but yeah, we need to order some because I need some too. I'm holding on to my last two, like they're my children. I keep them in my wallet, like not even the wallet that I carry. It's like a travel wallet that I keep in a bag that I even hide. Like every time I travel, and I had it with me this weekend, I was like, oh, can't let these stickers be out.
Like, oh, yeah. So yeah, we'll order some more. Comic-Con's next week, so if you're going to be out there, hit the Geekscape booth so you can learn about what they got going on. Pick me up an AEW figure. I'm sure they're going to drop something new, something crazy. And let us know what you're into, and let us know what you think of the show by hitting us up on all the social media. I'm at Megaran everywhere, and
I'm at the Sunset Kid 56 everywhere. I'm also in other wonderful pods, so I can stay in your ear all the time. If you like my voice, even though my voice is finally normal now. Earlier, I was
you're struggling over there.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a famous God. I wonder if it's even on YouTube. I don't know why I just got reminded of it. There's an old Raw from like the Attitude Era where The Rock lost his voice. Do you remember that?
No, please.
He's like, if you smell what the Rock, it's so good. Hold on. I think this is it. This is a good thing to go out on. It's really hilarious. Maybe he was talking to Billy Gunn or Triple H, one of them. But the Rock voice crack. Snap. Let's see. I think this is it.
So something that I want to tie back to you that's related to the amazing content Rand provides us is, if you guys remember, Rand was part of the soundtrack for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. There's a revival that's occurring in August for the original movie. It's gonna be a Fandango event, I believe. Go look it up. I'm gonna enjoy myself watching the Turtles in the movies for the first time in 30 years.
Dope.
No, more than 30 years at this point. So
Yeah.
I got my tickets. You should go out and get it. I think it's nostalgic. And then after you do, go ahead and go home, pop in Shredder's Revenge, support and subscribe to Ran, pick up, Buddy's Treehouse, an amazing album, by the way.
Thank you. The album's out right now. Just got picked up on a couple stations. If you're on Sirius XM, we got Dino Stomp and Have a Great Time are spinning in rotation on XM. Also, just got added to a really cool Spotify playlist. So some cool things are happening, man. But yes, I definitely want to see Turtles in the theater. They're running Super Mario Brothers, the Mario Brothers movie out here.
Which
as
one,
well.
the one with John Leguizamo?
Yes, that one.
I don't know if
Yeah, I don't know if that really aged well. I might be good on that, but I might go check it out.
Like, I love John Leguizamo, but his New Yorker accent, like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, in closing, I'll let The Rock take us out of here, y'all.
You smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh gosh, tell him, Rocky. All right, y'all, we're out of here. Have you smell? What's up, randos? If you enjoy what you just saw and heard, you can do 4 things that don't cost you any money that help me so much. You can like, subscribe, comment, and share. That's right, it's easy. And if you want more content from your boy, I do 2 songs a month on Patreon. You can get that at patreon.com/Megaran. All right, y'all, till next time. Peace.